Что у нас тут вообще было? А, нам надо каким-то образом... собрать всех спутников. А мне нужен... Вот он. Y. Вот. Подтвердите эти стихии. А чё, давай лучше. Энергичность плюс 1. Энергичность. Наука и взлом. Броня. Так, мне надо что вообще надо тут было? Так. Поговорить с родственниками пропавших жителей. Требуется стихийный препарат. Где этот стихийный препарат делать? ССПРССС. Созерие. Так. Петрус, вернись. Какие злобные, а? Гасите, давай. Так, подбираем кишочки. Так, где? Вот тут. Ой. Ну, ты понял просто, это я понял. Так. Значит, нападают, да? Сейчас поговорим. Говори.
Good day.
Здравствуйте.
My name is Desarday from the congregation. I've been told that someone dear to you has disappeared.
Yes, my little brother. He left to go fishing, like every day, and he did not return.
Your Donegad asked me to help you. Any information you can give me would be very useful.
This is true? I hope your words to be heartfelt. My insides are twisting in fear that my brother is lost.
Спросить. О том.
Can you describe your brother for me?
He is young, rather tall and strong. The girls find him handsome. He is such a nice boy, but he is wild off the tether, and often his curiosity gets him in trouble.
Can you tell me more precisely when he disappeared? Where and under what circumstances?
It was 2 days past. I saw him leave to go fishing, as he was often to do.
And you cannot remember anything out of the ordinary?
No, he was full of joy. full of life. I am so worried about him.
Did your brother have any enemies?
No, I can't think of anyone who would plant strangleweeds in his garden. Perhaps a youthful rivalry. He didn't get along particularly well with the Master Hunter, but it was nothing serious. Perhaps the missionaries. He did get into a fight with them, but they surely wouldn't have taken him.
That could be a lead. Was he close to anyone?
He has been dreamy and more joyful than usual. Those are the signs of someone stricken with love. But he no longer wants to share secrets with me. He told me that he has grown beyond the shadow of his brother. And the birds in his branches are his.
What do you think most likely happened to him?
He could have come face to face with Tenlands. They've become angry of late. But he knew how to avoid them. He might have had a run-in with the Mindshakers as well. He got into a fight with them a while back. Because of a young girl in our village.
You think the missionaries might have sought vengeance?
I don't know. But he might have went to find them in their village. He bears no good feelings towards them.
I will go and see. Maybe they can tell me more. What can you tell us?
They are beasts that live in all our memories only if you...
Yes. Katazak told me.
I know where to find my brother should not have left.
Could you tell me about the missionary?
The Mindshakers. They came here to take us to... They said it was a perfect...
Their words.
place full of peace. Now there's stories of... But my brother fought with them. He told me that these Mindshakers... I don't really know what to think. If they
The
took...
story about the fight I must be leaving.
Так, один есть. Там. Где еще? Так, стоп, куда? А, правильно. Ну, какая-то бабушка, да, давай с тобой поговорим.
Good day. I have been sent here by your Donegan. He asked me to help you.
I hope he is right, and that you are not like the Mindshakers. My sister has gone missing.
It is for that very reason that I am here. To attempt to find her, or to understand.
Then I will tell you what I know.
I must leave now.
Ой,
Do you have any news?
Not yet. Your sister, what does she look like?
She is a very beautiful young woman. Kind and sweet. I miss her so...
Is she very careful? Does she...
Oh yes, she knows it very well.
How long has she been...
2 nights have gone by since, but she never returned. I called for her.
Do you know where she usually goes?
Certainly, in the clearing.
Is there anyone in the...
No,
Why do you say that?
She is beautiful and young.
What do you think, like...
She might have been attacked by the Tenlands. But it was early.
You think it might...
I hope. Even if it is a stranger, they were pestering her the other day.
But do you think that they might have captured her outside of the village? Your sister, by chance, was she fond of a young fisherman who also disappeared?
They have known each other since they were little.
Only...
Yes. He defended her when the Mindshakers wanted...
I couldn't care less about her reputation. An
I
engagement...
have told you all I know. My sister is...
Very well. Tell me about the Tenlands.
Before, I only very rarely came across them. But now, they are everywhere. They've even been known to come as close as the clearing where we pick berries.
Do you know how to...
No, I am not a fighter.
Well, I will go...
It is possible, because
Could you tell me anything about them?
they are Monasenag.
What do you mean?
They came to our beautiful village. Many heard their words and left. We never saw them again. I believe that they take the young. They wanted to take my sister like that.
The one who is also missing.
Yes. He was very...
I'm going to have to go and speak. Forgive me for insisting, but I'm sure that you have left.
You are mistaken. You should start looking for...
Very well. Forgive me for You very well. Forgive me for...
You are...
Very well. I must...
Так. Да что тебя, а? Извиняюсь. Как починить-то? А, вот она. Блин, как ее починить? Первый уровень не стал. Где мой этот куртенок? Ой. Вот он. Петрус. Все-таки надо было брать этим лопой, да? Так, вот он. Нет, это вас говори. Вот это давай. Теперь поехали.
Here is your weapon. It is just like new.
Thank you. You have given it back its purpose. It belonged to my master before me, and you have understood its nature. It may be that you are more honor Manawi than Renaigse, and that you will one day see as we. During my walks, I saw a great Tenlan of clear skin. The others seemed to follow him. I felt that he called
Ты
them,
откуда хоть?
that he fed them rage,
Какой-то опять хранитель.
and that his place is not here.
Why didn't you try to kill it?
He is very strong, and the others protect him. I was only able to track him to his lair, a cavern. I placed traps all around it, but all were avoided. He is clever.
You say he doesn't have his place here. What do you mean?
That he was brought here to attract the others and make them rage. By men, the Renaig say. But I cannot prove this. That is why I did not wish to voice these thoughts. I feel it, nothing more.
The brother of the young fisherman told me that you do not get along.
We have had arguments from time to time, but they were of no importance. This boy is too quick to anger. He does not have the calm of a good hunter of fish.
And you didn't try to rid yourself of him?
Of course not. None of our kind would do such a thing.
I must be going.
Так, верните мэп Петруса. И пойдем ловить. Ну, сука. Ой. А куда? Вот сюда.
Given the presence of tenlands in this clearing, there must be a nest not far from here.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the sun engulf our enemies.
The ideal moment. I must kill the dominant before destroying the nest.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Ну, сука. Отдай. Как он там называется? Блин.
protect me in this battle.
Так, расправиться с... Дальше, ну. Так.
A basket full of berries and a trap full of fish. All of it scattered and half eaten by beasts. Our two lost souls were here together. They must have been attacked, or they wouldn't have left their take. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find their trail.
Зашибись. В какую сторону шарить-то? Пещеру. Точняк.
That cavern seems to be home to some creatures. Let's be wary. It could very well be the lair of that great Tenman the hunter spoke of.
Чувак, ты что такой злой?
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. Our enemies.
Corpses. One is older than the others. Judging from his clothing, he was a missionary. The two others are more recent. A man and a woman. No doubt our missing couple. They were dragged here and devoured alive. What a tragic fate. I cannot believe that these missionaries used such a ruse to achieve their goals. 2 youths died because of them.
Now you understand.
Опа.
The enlightened protect me in this battle.
Все.
Let's return to the village. Their families need to be informed.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf our enemies.
The hunter told me that I would find a nest in this area.
protect me in this battle.
It is dawn. The ideal moment. I must kill the dominant before destroying the nest.
Protect me in this battle.
Опа. Что за... эти... Капы. Давай. Здравствуй. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. Здравствуй. Готов? На тебе. На тебе. Вот они, кракозябры. На-ка. На тебе.
We are near water. In the place the fisherman's brother mentioned. A nest must be close to here.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Peter mentioned that their dominant only went out at dawn. I would be better to come back later. It is dawn. The ideal moment. I must kill the dominant before the nest. The third nest is destroyed. The Master Hunter will no doubt be relieved to hear it.
О,
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
А нахер она мне нужна? Погоди. Это есть, замок есть, ремесло, интуиция. Нахер она мне нужна? Вернее, вот это ремесло. Чё, Дэвид? Харизма, чё харизма? Где вообще есть где-то харизма? Это интуиция. Грамотно.
Good day. I am the legate of the congregation of merchants on this isle. Might I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Our allies from the continent are always welcome among us. What do you want to know?
Could you tell me what your mission here is?
We must return these lost souls to the light and guide them so that they might receive the revelation. We have constructed the perfect village, Eden, where they might discover peace. In this protected paradise, they can receive divine...
Have you heard about the Tenlin attacks on the village?
I didn't know those creatures were given that name. We offered them our help.
In exchange for some inspiring...
Of course. These horrors... To chase only a few away would be of no use.
You haven't been victim of...
On occasion, yes. But thanks to the...
You seem to assert that the attacks of these Tenlins is somehow linked to the demons on the isle, whereas these are creatures that the natives have always known. They nest beside them.
These are familiar beasts, but hasn't anyone informed you that their patterns have changed? These creatures have been riled up by the demons of the island, who have come to realize we are near victory. Sending them against these poor people, they maintain them in a state of fear and obedience to their shaman healer. There is only one way to truly make these attacks cease, my child. Convert these people. Defeat these demons.
The Donegad wishes your departure. You disturb the tranquility of their village.
And you expect us to obey him? Haven't you understood that he is a servant of the island's demons? To leave would be to abandon the simplicity. No, my child.
I fought against a great number of Tenlins. One that was quite spectacular. Its mere presence seemed to aggravate...
A beast sent by the...
Stop taking me for a fool. I have only one piece of advice to give you.
We shall be leaving as soon as possible.
Perhaps you should be more concerned about your own...
Well, on Almanawi, have you found my brother?
I found him, but I'm truly sorry. Your brother is dead.
Andevush dire. May the earth welcome him. I felt it. How did it come to pass? He knew every stone on our lands.
He had a liaison with a young... They must have forgotten the hour. I found both of them.
How terrible. I must recover his body.
With the body of the girl he... But it is a dangerous place. Other
I have a duty owed to my...
I must be leaving.
Ну, сука.
Do you have any news? Do you know where my sister is?
Yes. I'm truly very sorry.
Oh no. Nah.
I
Sir.
found her body in the lair.
But how could she have been surprised by the...
She went out to meet the young fisherman. The time... I am so sorry.
I must bring her body back.
You should not go alone.
I shall follow your counsel on Ormanawi.
I must leave now. The nests are destroyed. And with the death of the White Tenlin, the attacks should cease. We were even able to convince the missionaries to leave. Katasak should be willing to follow us now. Let us go and find him.
I can see from your face that you were victorious.
Indeed. I put the White Tenlin down, who was enraging his kind, and destroyed their nest. The attacks should no longer be troubling you. As for the missionaries, we were able to convince them to leave, but they were not ready to admit their involvement in the attacks that harmed you.
And so they were in some way responsible. I had my suspicions, but I could not see their reasons.
They brought a particularly large beast here that attracted and enraged the others.
This is what provoked the attacks and brought on our despair. These people have blood on their hands.
In the end, we found the missing young ones. Alas, too late. Devoured by wild beasts.
And divorced to your end. You did well on Almanawi. Now they should be able to find the rest.
Will you accompany me now? My cousin needs your help.
I have packed what is needed. I am ready to journey with you.
This pain, it'll be the death of me. I can't control my body. It's like being a stranger in a marionette set ablaze, consumed by a smouldering fire. The moment's growing near, isn't it? Am I about to surrender my ghost to the Reaper of Souls? You flutter in just when you're needed,
cousin, as always. Who are you? Your hand is cold as ice.
Your cousin is burning.
That is such a relief.
Let me present Katazak, Constantin. He is the greatest healer on the island. He will help you.
Please, stay.
I am here for you, Urnaxe, and I will not leave until I found a way to ease your pain and suffering. Fill your mind with the patience of the ocean. I know not how much time I will need. I've never seen such a sickness. The spirits of your lands must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Thank you. Thank you, cousin. I don't want to imagine my plight without your intervention.
Чё, ко мне подлаталите?
My fair cousin! Come close.
I'm going to leave now.
Look out for yourself. You have returned. The rule is still the same, you know.
I am Siora, daughter of Bladney, daughter of Meb. My mother, the Mall of the Red Spears, was a member of the council.
All here remember, and the Vorst Tierse. She was a courageous Mal, but you are not yet Mal in her stead, and you do not carry her seal. I am sorry, Siora. I cannot allow you to enter.
I beg your pardon. I did not know.
If I cannot enter, perhaps you could tell the elder of the council that I request an audience.
Glendon cannot speak with you, Legate. Times are difficult, and his time is precious. He only accepts to meet the members of the council or their representatives.
How can I prove that I am the representative of one of them?
If you are a trusted friend of a council member, he will give you his seal, and we would know it. I will then be glad to allow you to enter. You would be the first Renaigse to obtain such an honor.
If I cannot enter, how can I...
If you, I will...
I will...
If you have a seal, you will be... You have returned.
I will return.
If you have a...
Сука. Ушел и обратно сюда, чтобы вернулся. Нормально.
Greetings, Katasak.
Bertir Tumat, what can I do for you?
How is my cousin doing?
He's filled with dread. Forgive him his mood swings. Thanks to my treatment, he suffers less. It would take a power far superior.
I'm looking to meet Enon Milfrichteman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
And my word was not enough. It seems that I must be a Mal to be heard.
Do not be sad, daughter of Bloodnid. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother, and you too will have a seal. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan, those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier, take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek to follow.
Thank you, Katasak. Why are you helping me?
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands. And you have already shown me your friendship.
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave as soon as you can. Godspeed.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever it takes. I must go.
Wa awalan.
You have returned.
Here is the seal of Donegad Katasak, of the village of Wenxavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Desardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasak. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin and many other people on our island suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that Enon Milfrichteman can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasak sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial, the trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And I suppose this cavern is guarded.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you, en all mil frechtimen. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings, and so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano. And I know that it is a place full of life.
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him. He is Tia Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaxe, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegat. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic, the spring.
Can you tell me anything more about the role?
We gather here at every... During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for those who have complaints against their mal, and when important events, so that the wisdom of all might...
I must leave.
Qua awelem.
Karans, I need to talk to you. I have to ask you for another favor.
I'm listening, Ziora.
Do you remember the mind shakers in my village?
Yes. If I understand correctly, there was some kind of an agreement made with them.
Even though these priests would make good allies against the lions because they hate them as much as we do, my mother would never have traded the spirits of the people of the village in exchange for their help. And she would have wanted to be buried according to our rituals. She was deeply attached to our traditions.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And you understand these Renaigse better than I do. Will you investigate this matter with me?
Of course. Let's go.
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul. One way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you. I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not...
Hello, my child. What a pleasure to see someone come to us with such eagerness. Do you want to hear the word of Saint Matthias and come into the light?
Not really, Father. My name is de Sardet. I'm the legate of the congregation.
Nice to meet you, Your Excellency. What can we do for you?
What exactly do you hope to do in this village?
Well, bring light to these naive souls, of course. When we spread the word of Saint Matthias, I'm sure they will embrace our faith with fervor.
Anything else, my child?
We would like to know more about the agreement you supposedly sealed with Bloodnet.
I do not see how our agreement concerns the congregation. But since you are asking us, we swore to provide this village with all our support in their fight against the Alliance.
In exchange, its inhabitants will have to renounce their pagan cult and turn towards the light.
My mother would never have made such an agreement. She's the one who encouraged me to become a Donega.
The Queen had understood that the light was the only true path, even if she was attached to traditions. It is for this reason that we have accepted to seal our agreement according to your own rituals.
She had an engraver come to Valristal. He carved your strange symbols in the stone.
I do not believe a single word of this. You, the people of the light, are nothing but liars.
You would do well to hold your tongue, young lady. This village is now under our spiritual authority.
By not respecting us, you are committing blasphemy. And blasphemy is a crime that we punish severely.
Because you think that you can administer justice here. I am the daughter of Bladnid, and you are...
Siora, let's not get into another battle and make new enemies. Let's go find this stone.
That is an excellent idea. Then you will see that we are telling the truth.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Here's the stone we were looking for. It is destroyed. We can no longer decipher the symbols. Strange, isn't it?
This stone was damaged on purpose. We will never know the precise terms of the agreement.
There may be a way. Promises in stone are a very ancient tradition. Those who want to make these agreements must turn to a keeper of promises, an artisan who makes the stone speak. There are but a few. We did not have one in our village before Karadic's arrival. He must be the one who engraved this stone.
I thought you could not write.
The Donegada have a secret writing that the keepers of promises always learn. Those who want to seal a promise tell them to write, and they take care of it. Strange. It looks like no one's there, but the door's left open.
Empty. Empty. Everything is broken and turned upside down. Empty. A sculpted engraved stone. What happened here?
It seems like there was a fight. Everything is scattered around.
It's as if someone wanted to meticulously destroy everything in this workshop.
The owner must have left in a hurry, taking a few things and destroying the rest.
Unless someone else did this. We must find Karadeg.
Do you know where he might be?
This engraved stone bears the mark of Baraeg Nodas, Doncass's clan. Do you remember him? Karadeg originally belonged to this clan. He may have returned.
Let's go to Vigigidor and we'll find out.
What brings you here, Honor Manawi?
We're looking for Karadeg, the Keeper of Promises.
Did he come back to your village?
He did come, and then he left. We could not take him back.
Did you exile him? Why?
He is the one who left. He disagreed with our stance on the Renaigse. He thought that we should be fighting them, throwing them back to the sea. This is why he joined the Gaesrad. And I did not want him to return if it meant that he would bring his hatred with him.
Do you know where he might have gone?
He feared someone or something, and he wanted to hide. He must have left for the woods south of here. He knows the area well. Is there anything else?
I must leave.
Wow.
А ты что сидишь? Это мешает, а ты что сидишь? Опа.
What wisdom do you seek?
Could you tell me about your village?
It is known as
It means the wound healed on your tongue.
Here the earth was burned.
The forests were devastated. It is the gift and
We healed this place.
yes,
That he is a wise.
Thank you.
we are
It is Karadeg. He's over there.
Siora! Bertir Tumad Donegad! What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Tell me about your role as Keeper of Promises. What does it consist of?
Most words must be free, and able to fly like birdsong. But some words must survive those who utter them. So they call on the Keepers of Promises. Those who want to become one must win the trust of the Donegada and prove their wisdom. Then they teach us the words of stone. And when someone wants to seal a promise, we offer them those words.
So you are a kind of cleric? Thank you, Karadeg.
Do you want to know anything else?
We would like to ask you about a stone you supposedly engraved.
It is the stone of the Renaikse, isn't it? I should never have accepted to seal such a promise. I did not like them, but I could not refuse to fulfill my duty. Not when Bladnid was demanding it. And now that she is no longer with us, these Monasinaiga are chasing me.
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it. The stone has been destroyed.
I kept the piece of tree bark in which I prepared the glyphs. All the details are there.
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised. Can you give it to us?
No, Donegad. I do not mean to disrespect you, but I will not. The Renaikse only bring us trouble, and you come with them. They will disappoint you just like they disappointed your mother. I do not want to deal with them ever again. They threaten my life, and because of them, I am forced to hide here.
Since you want to chase the Renaikse away, and since you want protection, why don't you join the rebels? We could indicate the location of one of their camps for you.
The rebels?
The Donea Exregao. They fight the Renaikse, and they accept people from all clans.
I have heard about them, but I didn't know where to find them.
We could help you find them, but we need this tree bark. It's the only way to prove that the priests lied.
In that case, take the tree bark. I hope that it will help you to chase these Renaikse away, Donega. And I did not think I would say this one day. But thank you, Renaikse.
What do these glyphs say?
That we will assist the priests in their war against the lions. And they must help us in Rid. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village or renouncing our traditions. I knew they were lying. Let's show this to Iselt.
Siora, Asir, always with your new friends.
Bertir to Madiseld, I'm happy to see you. What do you want?
Could you tell me about Siora?
You are right there, and you let him talk about you like this? Asir? That's a strange friend you have there. Perhaps I wanted to hear how you'd reply. Perhaps, but I don't like this. Did you want anything else?
Iselt, about this pact your mother supposedly made with the priests.
Yes. Did you find anything new?
We went to Falristel to see the stone.
Were you able to read it, Siora? No, because it was destroyed by someone. I am certain that the priests did it to protect their lives. You're probably right, but for as long as we cannot prove it...
We retrieved the piece of tree bark that Karadeg used as a model.
Siora, what's written on it? Mother promised to help them against the lions, and they promised to help us in return. There's nothing mentioned about them settling here, and even less about them being entitled to the spirits of the people of our village. So they lied. They mocked us, and insulted the memory of our mother. I think it's high time they left. Don't you agree? I think so too. Come on, let's go. You lied to us. You took us for gullible children. Leave this village at once. You will never be welcome here again.
But if you want our help with the Alliance, your people must convert to the light.
By lying, you have insulted the memory of the Queen. The entire village will be happy to make you pay for your affront if they hear about it. You do well to leave before having to face their wrath. We are not here to shed blood.
Very well, we're leaving. But we will not forget your role in this matter, Your Excellency.
I did not think they would leave of their own accord. Thank you, Anol Manawi. Thanks to you, we managed to chase away these lawyers. And we will be able to perform our rituals and give our mother back to the earth. Yes. Thank you. Our village is in your debt. Siora, I will need you for the ritual. Will you help? Of course, Asi. Karans, do you need something?
I must pass the trial of water. Do you know anything about it?
I have heard it talked about. It is a trial that all must pass if they wish to become the High King. One says that the trial reveals the true personality of those who pass it. My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily the best response, even if it allows you to get to where you are going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself that they must feed, and there are ways of altering food to make those who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
Anything else?
How did you know that those missionaries were lying? After all, given the situation, your mother could have wanted to form an alliance.
I knew my mother well. We were close. She would never have renounced her beliefs to forge an alliance.
I think I understand. Your island, your culture, and your faith are so closely tied that you cannot renounce one without renouncing the others.
Exactly. The earth talks to us because we believe in it, in its spirits. Without these beliefs, we would be but empty shells. Our mother would never have wanted that for us. I am happy to see that you understand us so well. Anything else?
Why are you and your sister so different?
If you're talking about physical differences, they're linked to the fact that Iseld is not on Olmenau. When we were little, we were perfectly identical, but our tempers were always different.
What kind of child were you?
I suppose I was very curious and studious. I loved when our father taught me the name of some plants and how they could be used.
Then you haven't changed. Isn't it out of the same curiosity that you chose to follow me?
At first, perhaps. But the more I know you, the more I find other reasons to stay with you. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Так. Интуиция, ласка. Вот ты как.
Glad to see you, my friend. Can I do anything?
I must leave you.
О,
Karans, could you help me once more?
What is it?
I must prepare the ritual for our mother's funeral, and I think that I will need your help.
But your sister will be there. Surely you'd rather be together.
For the ritual, yes, it will only be the two of us. But before that, your support would be a great help. Will you come with me?
Of course. I'd be happy to be by your side. Let's go.
Ну, сука. Только ведь... Нарядил ее. Ой, сука.
Shiora, Asir, always with your new friends. Bertir to Madiseld, I'm happy to see. What do you want?
I'm only here to accompany Siora.
I came to give our mother back to the earth, Iseld. It is high time we did, I know. Performing the ritual might help me feel less empty. Iseld, I miss her too. Did you go to Vasrigan? No. Preparing the place is the role of the Donegada. I was afraid I would not do things properly.
the enlightened protect me in this battle.
We are approaching Vasrigan. This is where I will perform the ritual. This burial mound has been the final resting place of our queens for generations. It must be prepared before we can start the ritual.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Something's wrong. Normally, you would hear the birds singing in this place.
What do you mean?
And yet everything seems normal to me.
There. Hanglands. This is not their natural habitat at all. We cannot leave them here. So close to the burial mound.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. Shadowing gold.
You never see any around here. They must have nested in the shadow of the burial mound.
In that case, we have no choice but to destroy their nests. Otherwise, they'll just keep coming back.
You are right. We cannot let these carnivores roam so close to my mother's remains.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. In this falling apart. May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May your sun engulf our enemies. Your armor falls apart. May your shadow engulf our enemy.
Слушай. Привет. Да. А чё там? Да можно, в принципе. Ну сейчас, я сейчас подпишу, погоди, телефона. Погоди. Ну я с 3 буду. С 4. А на каком именно, погоди, именно на каком? Тогда сейчас минут 5 подожди, я вдруг еще один телефон загружу на всякий случай, чтобы мы наверняка. Ну, минут 5 примерно. Угу. Сейчас я... Сейчас я там побью покемон покичи.
Кому ты молишься?
Перезайди, у меня вообще убежали мои все аккаунты. Заново закинь. Давай.
Я говорю, кому ты там молишься? Привет.
Чё мы с этим?
С кем?
С хрёбаным GPS. Почему он вообще не понятно?
А, ты с моего телефона сейчас. Глянь, ты там хорошо устроился, блин, с моим телефоном-то.
Пипец вообще просто. Что за бред? Да какого хрена ты там делаешь? Придурочный, блин. Пипец вообще просто нереальный. Какого хрена? Перезакинь, мне надо в дома опять убегать. Ничего не могу сделать. Падла такой. Перезакинь. Все, перезакинь. Сейчас я быстро. Все, сейчас, давай. Охренеть просто. Бред какой-то полный. Где Wi-Fi? Как включить этот GPS? Гребаный. Точка доступа. Пиздец, блин, просто. Ой, что, зачем я вышел? Просто фигеваю просто вот эту систему, вот эту дурацкой. О, еще дальше ушел. Я не знаю, что за бред. Полный, причем. Ёб твою. Я хреваю просто.
Ты можешь без эмоций, а?
находится. Что, он идет, нет?
Protect me. May the shadow engulf our enemy.
These beasts will no longer trouble the peace of our queen. All we have to do now is to take care of the ceremony.
О, а что, этому зайти надо?
Is there anything else to prepare?
Of course. We will need some censers crafted especially for the ritual.
Where can we find them?
It would be ideal if we could craft them ourselves, but otherwise the village artisan probably sells them. And I will also need some mortuary lotion. I will have to coat my mother's body with it before giving her back to the earth. I will give you a list of all the ingredients because we will have to prepare it ourselves. The merchants won't sell it. Once we have gathered these last items, then Isolde and I will be able to perform the ritual. I thank you for being by my side and helping me the way you are. It means a lot to me.
Don't mention it, Siora.
We have all that we need. Let's go back to the burial mound to put everything in place.
Ой. Так.
Here we are. It is on this stone altar that we will place the body of my mother. We must place a censer where her head will be, and another near her feet. And then you will have done everything you could to help me. And I am infinitely grateful for it. Your presence by my side means a lot to me. But only my sister and I can participate in the ceremony. This is how our ritual of the dead is performed. Do you understand?
Так, а что мне делать?
Karans, do you need something?
I must leave.
There. Everything is in place. Thanks again, Onol Manawi. My sister should be joining me soon. You should wait outside. Oh, these rituals are demanding. But they help us to say goodbye to those we love. You have been a true friend. Akarats, accepting to help me the way you did. Thank you. I will never forget the kindness you displayed. Conforming to our customs and staying by my side.
It's only natural, Siora. I know what it feels like to lose someone who is dear to you.
We should go now. It is time to return to the living.
Так что всё.
Siora, do you know anything about the trial that awaits us inside?
My mother passed it during the last election, but it was...
Did she tell you?
A little. But it is a sin. I know that you must choose. Combat is not necessarily the best. If you are confronted with animals, and there are ways of altering food to make... Look, they're eating the old carcass. If you poured some sleeping potion on it, they'd fall asleep.
Есть. You did it. They're sleeping. We should be able to pass without a fall.
This room is full of beasts that the natives call dorsentats. They seem to be resting. Perhaps we can pass without waking them if we move silent.
Watch out, another! You were freezing and you had this empty stare. The water in the basin spoke to you, no?
Yes. Exactly like the lightning-struck tree. I was something else for a brief moment.
Tell us. Visions like this are guides, keys for the sacred rituals.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Настя, тут или нет?
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Milfrichten.
This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent light? The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. On this stone, the sun is visible. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. This stone is blackened, eaten away. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. Here, this looks like a snowflake. Snow or maybe ice.
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my... This stone bears the image of a...
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my vein. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Once again, these visions open gates. Try to remember them.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my vein. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Karans, do you need something?
What do you intend to do now? Will you become the
I will most likely do it, but not...
I'm very glad to be able to enjoy your presence.
Thank you for your kindness, Son Alma. Anything else?
I must leave. This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
The spirit of the volcano. One of the faces of Einon Milfrichtem.
Bertir to Mad on Almanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir Fredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of rose and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enon Milfrichtimen now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your part to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then, we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaxe. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirce. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirce. Thank you, Glinda.
Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlo.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaxe. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigido. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekidan Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glenda.
Kwa Walamseg. I hope that you will find him.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord D'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light on it.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness. Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord D'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yeah.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Donegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wit. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition. But your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into again?
I am sorry, milady, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, milady.
what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I'm in need of your help, Ulan. I am looking for your High King, Vinbar. I was told that you were one of the last people to see him.
I wouldn't know where you could find him. He disappeared moons ago, but you are our ally, our friend. I will tell you about the last time I met with him. We had met in the council at Dorhad Genadu to decide what to do about the Renaiks, but we were unable to come to an understanding. Some of us are full of violence and refuse to see what we gain by befriending your kind. Deirdre and the poor Bladnid were among them, alas, and only speak about the massacres. I defended you, of course, and attempted to make them hear reason, with some help from the cautious Dunkas. But our disagreement angered Vimbar. He decided to leave us and to seek counsel elsewhere. He wanted to go to the heart of the island to consult with En on Milfrictiman.
Do you think he might have stayed there?
I doubt it. It was too long ago. You should travel to Wenshavar, his village. Even if he decided to stay away from his people, he would not have abandoned his closest friend.
Thank you, Ula.
Anything else?
Nothing.
Картография.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
zeka kim var? Kim var?
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Poison on my blade. And let's go! this fate. Let's see if you can ward off this. Poison on my blade. Then let's go! blade. Then let's go! The roll of this face! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
young. You think someone's coming to save? Give in. Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner you speak, the sooner this will be over with.
We should be discreet if we want to eavesdrop on these people.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us.
You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto.
Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable. You remind me of that rat my master was studying. The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that,
Собака такая. Так, чё?
These monsters are torturing her. Come, we must set her free.
We could wait until nightfall to set her free.
А что
Avoid
это что
fighting these
за
scholars.
Пропустил. Понимаю.
Halt! Who goes there? But I recognize this face. Lady de Sade, what a pleasure to see you again. What good wind brings you?
These people are monsters. They just tortured a woman, and then they say hello, as if it were nothing. I'm sure that they will explain what pushes them to treat her this way.
believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she had told us what we wanted. You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like you, such strange markings on their body. We call them metamorphs, but the natives call them Onor Manawi.
and we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. We heard talk of a cavern of knowledge. The savages hide all of their knowledge within them, and certainly all the secrets that interest us. We discovered one here, but are unable to enter. This woman, she knows how to enter, but as you have witnessed, she refuses to tell us how. To know we are so close to understanding such a fascinating phenomenon, and to be able to do nothing. Let's just say it has made us aggressive. It's extremely regrettable. Free her. We would like to have a word with her.
She won't tell you anything.
Let us handle this. She will give in at some point.
Lady de Sardet has a soft spot for the savages, but she understands the price of knowledge. As proof, she spared my life during our last encounter.
Have you already forgotten all that you owe me? Without me, you would all be locked away in Duren's jails, or likely even dead. I took you for sages, doctors, but you are nothing more than a gang of skin flayers. You have made me regret my actions.
It is true that we indeed owe you our lives, but all this knowledge, ripe for the picking.
No knowledge justifies treating anyone this way.
Oh, free her now! We shall leave. Nothing more holds us here.
How are you feeling?
Better now. Those Renaigse are absolute monsters. But who are you? You too are a Renaigse. Why have you freed me?
We were told at Wenshavar that you and you alone could tell us where to find High King Vin.
I wish I knew where he was right now. He bid me farewell weeks ago and he has not returned. I waited a long time and then I came here to enter into the Cavern of Knowledge.
You believe that this is where he is hiding?
No. But he came here often before he disappeared. I'm hoping to find answers. You saved me. And so I must help you as well. You may come with me. The Cave of Knowledge is a bit further north. Here is the entrance to the Cavern of Knowledge. I hope that Vinbar has left a clue to where he went. Something I could track.
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Manundanem. That means the one who shares my mind in your language. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why protect the entrance to the cavern at the risk of your own life?
The Caverns of Knowledge are truly sacred places. Only the Donegada have the right to enter.
But you are not a Donegad. Is that right?
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. And since you have helped me, you may enter as well. Even if I am not sure I can trust you, because you spared these people. Remind yourself that this honor is immense and show respect. I implore you.
Put your fears to rest. We have not come to defile this sacred place. How do we enter?
Allow me. I have seen Vinbar make these movements so many times.
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbar, no doubt. It looks as if he is walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbar has readied himself to join Enon Milfrichtemen.
Was that why you came in here? To confirm that supposition?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, my Minundanem grew more and more distant to me. I thought at first it was due to his status and the invasion of the Renaigse. But now I see that he was hearing the call of Enon Milfrichtemen. He had no choice but to answer it. Oh, Vinbar, why did you not share this with me?
These paintings are older. This looks like it represents a man who transforms himself into some kind of enormous bird.
He is a Denegad, becoming a Nadaig Meneman. Vinbar was also bound to the mountain. It is no doubt the path he has chosen to follow.
If I understand correctly, the Donegada metamorph differently according to the place they are bound.
Yes. The Sinolminawi bind them to a specific place, and in return they become the Guardians. But how could a Guardian of the Plains resemble a Guardian of the Mountains?
Do you believe that Vinbar is readying himself to undergo this transformation? I thought it was a very slow process.
For some, it takes years. At least this is what is said. For others, it might take place the very moment where the Donegad surrenders to Enol Milfrichtemen. I hope only to have the time to bid him farewell.
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which. This mural is also ancient. It seems to show a doorway into the mountain. It seems that this door is just in front of a circle of stone. There are 2 altars and 2 seeds.
The Donegada seal certain sacred places with root doors.
Yes, I have run into similar barriers. It's all a matter of finding the right seed. But here, there are 2 that seem to be different. For one, the flower motifs seem to indicate which plant is required.
This is possible. The caverns of knowledge are used to initiate and transmit the knowledge of the Donegada. This painting must teach the younger how to reach the sacred place where they will point themselves.
In that case, shouldn't there be an illustration of the second plant?
The initiates also learn by listening to their masters.
On this one we see a sacred site with raised stones. And behind the face of the volcano, we also see a path that leads there. Like some sort of schematic.
This must certainly be the path the young apprentices must walk. And the Donegada that are prepared to surrender themselves to Enon Milfrichtimen.
Do you recognize the place where the entrance can be found?
I think so. It looks like the grotto that lies to the northwest of our village.
With all that we have learned from studying these paintings, we should be able to find Vinbar. I just hope there is still enough of him left to answer us.
What do you hope to ask of him?
We hope that he will agree to take us into the sanctuary of Dorhad Genadu.
What do you hope to ask of him? Why would the Renaik say? It matters not. My head spins. I will wait for you outside.
Please, go ahead. We will join you shortly.
That woman left in a bit of a hurry, don't you think?
Sarah is upset, and I don't think that she trusts us. We should hurry and catch up to her.
This door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
She did not want us to find Vinbar. Come, these caves often have several exits.
Замахал, блин, целый день сидишь играешь. Я, блин, на обед иду, блин, он играет. Я, блин, с обеда это уже все, и поработала, блин, уже конец рабочего дня, он играет. Прихожу, блин, поиграть, блин, и тут он играет. Да что такое такое?
Все как положено. Непонятно, что творится так, как выйти отсюда. Опа. Что за ловушки?
These traps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier.
She must have set them to make sure that we wouldn't be able to follow her.
Let's hurry and find this passage to the northern mountain before she decides to come and fight us directly.
Karans, do you need...
I must leave.
Понимаешь. Не дышай. Тут подняться. О, вот так. Зато ты знаешь, что я дома. Сейчас это местный защитник до конца открою. Ну, я все равно тут своим делам.
Bit of poison on my wound. Then let's go! Of this fate!
С красными волосами, как хоть с обычным, так хоть с красными. Это зверек какой-то. Так.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Bit of
Опа.
poison on my blade. Then let's go! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! See if you can ward off this fate. See if you can ward off this fate. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Ну ты как ты умеешь? Ну ты как умеешь? Так, стоп, что, где? Здесь проходик.
poison on my blade. And let's go!
Ну, тут вот,
Armor will no longer protect you. Let's see if you can ward off this strength. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Armor will no longer protect you.
This is the place which was depicted on the mural in the Cave of Nolin. In fact, Vinbar...
О, спасибо. Зачем это сделано? Ну и долго ты будешь стоять.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Что ты делаешь? Вот вообще, а? Охренеть.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Armor will no longer protect you. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Опа. Что?
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Понимаю.
Настя, слушай, у меня такое предложение. Давай мы с тобой создадим приписки аккаунта и проходим нажаться. И эту, ладно, короче, замужем в такой наемнице и, короче, решили отомстить. Типа, состояли, нажаться, сказала, что такое, вин жизнь возьмите, не хочешь?
Кто?
Я.
В смысле?
Ой. Фу, блядь.
В смысле?
Я корова страшно.
О чем ты?
Блядь, я страшно корова.
О чем ты? Вообще.
Пиздец, я жирная. Пиздец.
Нет, Кристина, ты не жирный.
Толстый.
Не толстый.
Упитанный, еще скажи.
Тебя просто много.
Будет мне это страшно.
В словах. Почему-то.
We've made it to high ground. Now, let's find this trail to the sanctuary. It can't be far from here.
Норм. Так, вот, вот ему норм, если вот ему норм, он лежит в воде. Ему норм. Это пипец, Кристина, ему норм, он лежит в воде.
Bloodied feathers.
I've seen some big birds in my days at sea, but none had feathers this size.
Looks like Vinbar must have begun his transformation. He will soon become a guardian of the mountains.
More of these giant feathers.
Где перед ним?
We're on the right trail. Over there, more feathers.
Раньше я так не мог забираться. Опа. Все это, ой, эти написки сломался, серьезно?
More of these giant feathers. We're on the right
Сейчас
trail.
с этой сражусь с дурой, с придурочной. Не, буду с ним сражаться. Конечно.
We found the entrance to the sanctuary. Vinbar must be here. I hope he'll agree to help us enter the heart of the mountain. All that remains is to find a way to get in.
Karans, do you need some?
I must... This must be the entrance to Vinbar's sanctuary. But it is obstructed. He knows how to protect his home.
Захрёб.
A stone
Опять мне ночью
altar.
сидит, да?
It resembles the one that protects the passage to Mev's sanctuary. This must be where I need to place the seed. And here is another altar. Are 2 seeds necessary to open the passage? How can we learn which plant seed is required?
You don't just reveal the secret to your hideout, unless it were to the person.
Oh man.
You are right. We need to find this set. The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village.
Наконец-то, придурочка. Все, не буду драться, тебе повезло. Я сейчас тупо сдам вот этот заказ. И все. И буду далее снимать. Так, никто мне ничего не хочет сказать. Не хочет, молодцы. Сюда.
Sir de Corsilion.
De Sade, my young student, what can I do for you?
I found some notes which were lost by Professor Serafedin. His expedition was far from easy.
Investigating such gigantic creatures is bound to be perilous.
Indeed. Unfortunately, we also found his corpse. I'm sorry.
Oh, poor man. His devotion to science cost him his life. I will make sure I share the works you have brought me with his family. With these last few sheets, it looks like this is everything. Such an amazing work. This man was a genius, de Sade, and what a huge loss his death is. I cannot express how thrilled I am to immerse myself in these notes and study them. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again.
Тебе нынче Кристина везет.